Check. I am totally not ready to do the show. Getting high for the show. THC drops. One dropper equal to what? Oh, I just got way too high to do the show. Oh no. Gotta do it. Welcome to the White Jesus Show. I'm White Jesus. This week's podcast is brought to you by the Tourism Board of Oregon. That's hard to say. Hitch up your wagon and come to Oregon. Have you ever been sitting on a park bench wondering why you can't just fire up some crystal meth? Come to Oregon, where you can legally do all the hard drugs you want to. Just imagine railing some cocaine in a McDonald's without feeling self-conscious. Have you ever wanted to do smack while grocery shopping? Come to Oregon. In Oregon, we have a majestic landscape with breathtaking mountains, beautiful rivers and streams, and lots of legal hardcore drugs. Come to Oregon. That's Oregon, the only place you can shoot up heroin during church service. Good Lord, this show has some ridiculous sponsors sometimes. I mean, Oregon, great. Good for Oregon, man. Legalizing or decriminalizing hard drugs, man. You guys go ahead and smack it up over there in Oregon. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. No. Party on, Garth. Party on, Wayne. I used to do a really good Garth. I can't do it anymore. I'm no good at voices. But there are a few voices over the years that I perfected. The very first, I think, was Baby Sinclair of the Dinosaur Show back in the 90s. I remember in elementary school, I could hit that voice perfectly. It's Elmo's voice, pretty much. But this guy did it on a show called Dinosaurs with puppets. It was like a Jim Henson thing. It was really popular back then. And then I thought I did a pretty good Beavis in middle school. I think my Clinton was good for a while, but never really a voice guy. Wish I could do Trump. The China virus. I don't know. You know, it's funny, like the best impressions of Trump aren't very good in like actual impressions of them, but more like parody impressions. Like Trevor Noah's Trump is hilarious, but it's nothing like Trump, you know? It's like an exaggerated version of Trump. Trump. How about that Donald Trump, man? Boy, he obviously doesn't watch the show. I was kind of hoping he watched the show, because last week I pleaded with him to go ahead and concede and be a good sport. This is going to be uncomfortable. Like, I don't think anything's crazy is going to happen. Joe Biden's going to be the next president, but this is going to be historic and fucking nuts. This whole Trump leaving thing. You know, to a certain extent, the state of politics and how ridiculous and idiocracy it's gotten, it kind of makes me happy in a way. But then it becomes dangerous at some point. At some point, I'm kind of amused by it. Fucking Donald Trump, man, just do what you like gotta do. Give up, man. I like shocking people like in public places by looking at my phone and saying, oh my god, Donald Trump just conceded. And then everybody's like, whoa, oh my god. And I say, no, I'm sorry, it says he's conceded. You know, I just like to give people fake news randomly. It's pretty funny. This episode almost never happened. I've had like a little bit of a hitch in my giddy up to be really southern about things. And just not feeling great. But it's a safe space here, you know? I like doing the show. It's a safe space. Like all day, I've just been trying to come up with the energy to do a show, and I just feel like my energy's like drained for some reason. So I thought like maybe the best course of action would just be to go on the show and talk about it. Still gonna be try to be funny. I mean, I just ingested way too much THC, so that's gonna be interesting. It's funny, I realize I say that at the beginning of every show. I would change the show's name to the podcast, but that's probably already taken. You know, sometimes you just don't feel like doing something and you gotta force yourself to. Like, it's okay, I'm friendly with this feeling. Like, I know what depression looks like when it comes around. So I can be ready for it and I can recognize it, and that's the first step in beating it, is to recognize it and look at it. I actually got so down a few days ago that all of a sudden I had a feeling like, I'd like to drink tonight, get a little drunk. Not too drunk, but just get drunk to have fun. I ended up buying a bottle of booze, and I think I poured one drink and quickly realized that I was tricking myself into thinking that I wanted to drink to have a good time. I wanted to drink because I was depressed. And I thought maybe it would snap me out of it, but it never does. So I actually never finished one drink and put that booze away and haven't touched it since. And I have support with that, and you know who you are, and I appreciate it. Like, we all have to learn our own patterns. Like, only in a real messed up state of mind could I imagine that getting drunk would make me feel better at all. That was a trick. That was a trick of the mind. But I figured it out. I realized it as soon as I tasted the alcohol. I realized that I don't drink. Sometimes you drink because you're depressed. Sometimes you're depressed because you drink. I'm not saying medical marijuana is the way to go, but I get a whole lot less depressed than when I used to drink. Like, I didn't feel like doing the show, right? I've been feeling better than I have in the last few days. But I was having a lot of trouble pulling up energy to do the show. For me, going from being proud of myself to hating myself is a very short bridge that I could travel very quickly. So you kind of gotta have to learn which thoughts to accept and which thoughts to just let go. Whoa. Big plane just went by, bright blue light in my face. I thought I was being abducted for a second. Ooh, took way too much THC. Shout out THC. Like I can usually focus and put together a show pretty quickly. And just what I mean by that is just like kind of coming up with what I want to do, like a topic of discussion, a word. And I couldn't come up with a topic of discussion because it's not even a topic of discussion anymore. I got to come up with a new name for it because I'm usually doing the show by myself. Although I do have a special guest in the real news a little later on, because I think I may have written the most racist joke I've ever written, and I needed a black friend to witness that, to respond if needed. So we're gonna have him on the real news later, and the most racist joke I think maybe I've ever written. A thing that I'm proud of. Now, I'm proud of it because it's a joke, not because it's racist. I think if you can chip at racism a little bit by making jokes about it, of course, among good friends. And I don't make it if I'm not among my good black friends. And I was like, topic of discussion. What do I do about that? And I thought maybe how I should. I texted my brother. I'm like, dude, I'm like stuck. I can't think of a topic of discussion. You know, and I realized that if I can't think of a topic of discussion, I should just talk about how I'm stuck. How I got a little stuck recently. And this is crazy because this is real life. This is when depression hits me, it hits me hard like a train sometimes. Like it's like a heart attack. And I'm just gonna talk it out on the show. All right. We talked about depression in the past. On the Hat of Topics, which is like maybe the third episode with Black Jesus, we talked about depression. You can refer to that back in the catalog if you'd like to check it out. I like breaking the fourth wall there every once in a while. And sometimes there's something that can trigger it, and then there's sometimes it just happens for no reason. And you just go through. You just go through it the best you can. Because it'll end. Because it has before. Try to be grateful. Try to talk to God or whoever you talk to. Whoever you'd like to talk to. Last time we opened up with actual Jesus quotes from actual Jesus. So let's go to actual Jesus quotes right now. And this is in the subject of how to treat others. Actual Jesus quote from Matthew 7:12. So whatever you wish that others would do to you, do also to them, for this is the law and the prophets. Yeah, like I said last week, Jesus, really smart guy. Yeah, too many people are jerks sometimes. And you don't want anybody to be a jerk to you, so you gotta be nice to them. Like, if crazy t-shirt companies were around back in the day of Jesus, they would have had a t-shirt that says, "Don't be a dick, Jesus." In layman's terms, that Jesus quote means don't be a dick, because you don't want people to be dicks to you. and we were talking about depression, not feeling good. Make sure there's not a rock in your shoe. Like I told Black Jesus the last time we talked about this, one day I went to work where we worked together and was just like almost suicidal for half the day. And I was sitting down working on repairing a piece of equipment there, and I realized that there was a rock in my shoe. And then I took the rock out of my shoe and put the shoe back on. Felt a whole lot better. I think the whole reason I was depressed and suicidal that day, because there was a rock in my shoe. So check to see if there's rocks in your shoes. I don't know what to say. You know what? Sometimes there isn't anything to say. And people who have depression bad and who can get really depressed, you know what I'm talking about. There's sometimes that, you can't say anything that makes it better. And I understand that. That makes sense. I think people with who are sad inside are awesome. Honestly, I think people with depression are really beautiful, complex creatures. I've had to stay at a couple hospitals a couple times around mentally ill people, and it was like eye-opening. I loved each time I went. The good news is that if you have depression, you may also be a talented artist, because artists suffer. I know a lot of suffering artists. Like some of the greatest artists ever had that side to them, the darkness and the depression. I'm thinking of Robin Williams right now, actually. And man, like you wouldn't have been able to tell. Him and Chris Farley, those are the ones that got me. Robin Williams put on a happy face wherever. Chris Farley, a lot of these drug things and mental illness things are related. There's probably not too many great artists out there who aren't somewhat tortured inside. You got to draw on something. Like maybe trying to be funny and write jokes is like my defense mechanism. Hey, but there's always hope. You know why? Because I talked about this on maybe the fourth show, and now I'm talking about it again, and have done great shows in between. Have been very really happy with the shows in between. And maybe I can track by the tone of the shows, like when I get depressed, and start making a graph, a little chart or pie graph, or maybe pie. Kind of like some pie, pecan pie. Now all I can think about is pie. So guys, that's the topic of discussion. I didn't write anything about it because I got stuck in my head, and that's what I talked about just now, I think. There's a good chance I got enough stuff on tape there. I just thought I wasn't plugged in, and that everything I've recorded is gone. Thank God. Check. I dropped off of doing the weekly show for 2-3 weeks there because I got bummed out. Maybe I should just keep it weekly, man, whether I'm bummed out or not. I'll come on the show and talk about it. Because I trust all the folks at home have tuned in to the White Jesus Show to be bummed out. Nah, you guys are cool. Love you guys, man. I'm going to piece together this show, man. We're going to do this show. I got real news coming up with special guest Black Dre and T-Bag, maybe? T-Bag, I don't know. There was another white dude with him. Kind of cool. We got one call into the hotline because the hotline's not too hot. I'm actually paying for this thing, guys. Call the hotline just to humor me. I'm paying money for it. Ooh, that's silly. That's stupid. But dude, when the number 954-580 funk was available, I loved it, man. I should put it on a hat. People would call it. That's a good idea. Oh, I'm still doing the show. Yeah, got the Disciple Hotline. And I think I just talked enough for topic of discussion. We'll have the word, too, which I actually write out. This is behind the scenes insight into the show. I just talk here. But the word I actually write out as a column. Like as if it was a magazine column. And then I speak that. Interesting thing about the word, it's actually something that I write out. Man, get a job at a magazine. Do they have magazines still? Hey man, take Jeffrey Toobin's job. I won't masturbate on Zoom meetings. Did I mention that I got free coffee because I'm white Jesus? I went into a Starbucks to get some coffee. They have coffee there. When I went in, I was like the only one there, and the girl had her back turned to me. And when she turned around, she was kind of startled. She's like, "Oh my God." And just because I was like hi and everything, I was like, "You don't have to call me God, you can just call me Doug." And she laughed, and it's like, "Oh my God, that's hilarious, You scared me, And I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm pretty scary." And then I was wearing my bwjp radio hat. I was wearing it backwards like this. And then I turned it around. And I said, "But I am white Jesus, so you weren't far off." And she started cracking up some more. Because it said white Jesus on my hat. And I said, "That's right, I'm the host of the White Jesus Show," which made her laugh some more. Because now there's a White Jesus Show. Those moments are fun, where you just have like comedy that happens organically through the course of life. And then she starts working on her machine there, and it's like, "Hey, your coffee is on me because you just made my day." And I go, "Oh my God, like that makes my day that I made your day. I'm gonna put this in here at $5 in the tip jar for you though, because white Jesus." And then she laughed some more. And my newest subscriber, I've got a whopping 23 subscribers right now. I think that's like a fucking joke or something. Gonna have to do something viral. I got free coffee, and it says white Jesus on the label, which I always take a picture of. It's hilarious. I'll put it on the Instagram there for the kids who use Instagram. I gotta find out how to be cool on Instagram, man. Maybe that's how I can get followers. This house has a normal size, normal height peephole, so you can like look out at who's at your door. But then it has one a little bit lower, not at like crotch level, but above, like at belly button level, like another peephole. And it's like, what the fuck is that for, man? It's like, if you gotta check somebody's belly button before they come in the house, I don't know. Anyway, that cup of coffee is done, so that means we are going to wrap up the intro and rambling right here, because we just combined a whole bunch of shit into some shit. And let's go to the Disciple Hotline. still rolling here. This is the Disciple Hotline. 954-580-FUNK. Call up the hotline. You can text the hotline if you want to. You can leave a voicemail. And on the voicemail, you can say whatever you want to, man. That's 954-580-FUNK. Suggestions for the show, all that stuff. Once again, I want to make sure nobody's having any epileptic seizures from my lighting setup. I'm stuck on my lighting setup. I don't know. It's like I'm coming to you from inside of an acid trip a little bit. Anyway, this week we got one call into the hotline, and he's our favorite caller. We done fucked up. Here is Billy.
Hey, what, White Jesus? What's going on, man? I was listening to your last show in the truck here. Your last show on artificial intelligence. Now, man, you said that all cars and shit are going to be driving themselves soon, dude. And, man, that made me a little sad because, well, I'm a truck driver. As you know, White Jesus, I'm a truck driver. And, man, that's all I know how to do is drive my big rig across these United States of America. I listen to the radio music. I like me some George Strait, whoop whoop, and I always tune into the White Jesus show, of course. But man, dude, what if trucks start driving themselves, man? What the fuck am I gonna do? White Jesus, what am I gonna do if trucks start driving themselves, man? You trying to tell me a damn robot's gonna come from Mexico and take my job? Good Lord, good Lord.
And then the voicemail went dead. So I got concerned. I got concerned about Billy because, I talked about AI last week, and, cars that drive themselves, trucks that drive themselves, and he's a trucker and he don't want to lose his job to I think he said a Mexican robot. So that concerned me a little bit. Thankfully, I checked the next voicemail.
Man, I lost my connection there for a second, man. I was driving through a tunnel on a mountain. Damn, that's some shit right there, man. Damn tunnel through a damn mountain. But, man, I don't want a robot to take my job, man. I'll probably have to sit at home with the wife and the kids and shit. I don't know if you knew this, White Jesus, but I got a wife named Annie. She's a good girl. Got 7 kids.
7 kids?
Got Trevor, Kane, Trey. I got Louie. I got Dewey. I got Huey. And I have Martin. So I got me a bunch of rugrats at home. Which might be why I'm driving this damn truck all the time. But I don't know why, Jesus. Help me, man. Help me. Dude, all I know is trucking. And stopping at truck stops, fucking sleeping in my truck stop prostitutes, man. Those gals are great, man. Let me ask you this, man. Is your fancy driving truck gonna pull over at the truck stop, get a good old BJ from Gina? Nope. No, it ain't, man. That's how you truck. I'm gonna keep on trucking, and you guys keep on trucking too, man. Whoop, whoop, I'm out.
God bless you, redneck. Oh my God. Ooh, I love it. Ooh, I love a good Billy laugh, man. A good Billy laugh. That's a new thing. I'll put it on a t-shirt, man. Have a good Billy laugh. Because it's not a belly laugh, That's the term. It's a belly laugh. A Billy laugh. Whew. Hey, thanks for calling in weekly, Billy. I hope you got that $3 I Venmo'd you so you can get a sandwich. We're kind of sponsoring Billy now, like like a child in Africa. We look out for Billy. But, dude, you got 7 kids. I think they're all sons. I think one of them's name was Trey. And then you had Huey, Dewey, and I think you had Louie. And then Mark. Yeah. Go check on your kids, man. You know, dude, it must be scary to have something define what you are. Like, you're a trucker, you know? And that's your whole thing. You love being a trucker. And losing that is more about than just losing the job. It's losing, like, an identity. I think you're referred to as king of the truck drivers, if I remember your call from a couple weeks ago. And buddy, take care, man, and keep on trucking. And your weekly calls, I love them, man. You're a funny guy. So that's the Disciple Hotline. Welcome to the Word with White Jesus. This week's word is anxiety. For example, I just went and unplugged a fan because I was a little anxious that it might be buzzing on my audio. So this week's word is anxiety, and really, I'm almost too nervous to talk about it. But let's talk about anxiety. Anxiety defined is a feeling of worry, nervousness, or unease. Anxiety is usually triggered by something, although it can affect a person for no reason at all. And like anything else, anxiety can be addictive. You can actually feed off your anxiety and desire more unconsciously. I think the recent spike in anxiety can be blamed right square on media and social media. The TV's news media, their whole business model is to create anxiety. That's how they get viewers. After the commercial, how can your baby die in its sleep? Find out next. You know? That kind of shit. Have you ever watched CNN? It's terrifying. Oh my God, there's Nazis, there's racism everywhere. And Hitler's back. Hitler. Chris Cuomo's resting face is panic. These guys are all wizards of psychology trying to keep us scared. My hero Tucker Carlson is guilty of the same. I'll admit to that. It's show business. It's news show business. And everything is way more chill than the news makes it out to be. Remember back in the day when a big news story happened? All of a sudden it'd come on your TV, special report or breaking news. It would happen on like special occasions, huge news stories. Baby Jessica, for you old folks out there. Now and let me be clear, every CNN show starts with breaking news. And Fox News starts most of their shows with, this is a Fox News alert. Panic. You just start off with the panic. We've come so used to it. It's always in red. It's always bold and dramatic. It's so obvious that it's sad. And it's sad that people buy into the fear tactics. If you have an anxious viewer, you have a viewer glued to you all day. So that's what they do. They try to keep you anxious. Now, social media. You can look at your social media feed and think, why can't I be as happy as this person? But it's important to remember that people pretend to be happy on social media while they're dying inside. Then you have the shared news stories of tragedy and division, shared possibly in an attempt to virtue signal. They can post a story about racism and then say that they're against racism. And then all their friends can say, yeah, we're against racism too. We here at the show, for the record, are against racism. Although I do keep it in my jokes. Now, virtue signaling is defined as the action or practice of publicly expressing opinions or sentiments intended to demonstrate one's good character or the moral correctness of one's position on a particular issue. And people do it every day on Facebook and don't even know it. So when you have a lot of this happening, you have a lot of bad news, a lot of injustice news, a lot of bad news, and it can make you anxious. When I scroll through TikTok, and I occasionally do, I see a bunch of just terrified girls dancing with smiles on their faces, but they're so anxious. Are people going to like their dance? Is it going to be better than the other dancing girls? Should I shake my boobs more? And yes, probably. It's amazing watching some of these because it's crying out, approve of me. Please approve of me. Like and subscribe. This is an anxious fucking society we live in now. We not only desire fans, we demand followers. Followers. Yeah, I've seen some people driven into complete madness by combining the sources of fear. CNN and Facebook playing together at the same time. Sometimes playing two different audios or videos at you at the same time. And you're hooked in now. And you're terrified. You know, whenever I look up real news headlines, just the sensationalism of everything and the anxiety of these news sites, I only sleep well at night knowing that maybe I can pull a gay panda joke out of all these news sites and this whole mess. Pro gay panda, by the way. Pro gay panda. I've spoken about it on the show before. If you are a panda out there and you're listening and you're a gay panda, you be whatever kind of panda you want to be. You can be a gay panda. You can be a trans pan. You're all God's creatures and are perfect. So what do we do? What can we do? What's the answer? It won't stop the scare tactics. Well, we can know the truth. We can see the truth and just know that they're trying to scare you. And maybe back off the news for a while and watch some Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David is a genius of our times. Maybe put our fucking phone down once in a while. And remember that anxiety is very contagious. If you have loved ones riddled with anxiety, you're going to get anxiety too, most likely. I can feel anxiety in people who I love, and it's challenging not to let it get inside of you, to keep the peace. The opposite of anxiety is peace. So find some peace. You won't find it on Facebook or CNN or Fox News. Sometimes I find peace in silence. I find peace in nature and music. To be able to not think That's total peace. You know, some people pray, some people meditate, some people eat yogurt. I hope you all have a path to peace when things get hectic. You got to find your peace and learn how to get there. And good luck. Like and subscribe, please. Like and subscribe, please. Please like and subscribe. Please. Can you please like and subscribe? I want people to like me. Share my show. Share my show. Share it. I want comments. I want comments praising me. And followers. I want followers. Ooh, to have followers. Ooh, followers. It's like that guy back in the day. Long time ago. What was his name? He had a lot of followers. Oh yeah, Christ. Jesus Christ. And that was The Word with Doug.
Yo, Doug.
Black Dre.
Yo. Hold on. Let me set my Bluetooth up, because I'm still driving.
Okay, well that could be dangerous. I mean, you know, if you're holding the phone up to your ear. If you're not wearing a Bluetooth, man, you could straight up kill yourself on the road, I believe.
I haven't paid attention to where we were going. Let's see.
You still there?
Mm-hmm.
Go this way.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm driving, that's why.
Oh, that's cool, man. I didn't mean to catch you off guard. I was just taking a shot here about getting you on the phone, because as I told you, I think I may have written the most racist joke I've ever done, and I needed a witness. You know, like I could go on the air with my most, and we're rolling, by the way. I could go on the air with my most racist joke of all time without a close black friend with me. But I think it's a little bit safer to do it here with you. If you'd like to retort back and yell at me and call me a racist, you're free to do that. If you'd like to laugh, you can do that.
Okay, cool.
So who else do we got in the show, man?
We got lined up on the show. I'm gonna have Chuck and drunk as hell while driving at the same time. Put that on record.
Damn. Son, it's Saturday night. Anything can go down. Well, welcome to the Real News with White Jesus, and I'm White Jesus.
Hey, White Jesus, my name is Andre the Great.
Black Dre, Andre the Great. Yeah, like all of my co-hosts have been, I had Black Jesus and Black Moses. I just thought Black Dre would be good with you, but like also just saying Dre, I think you can almost draw the assumption that you're a brother. All the great Dre's brothers.
So how you been holding that dog, man?
Man, honestly, I didn't feel like doing the show tonight at all, and I think I'm going to talk about depression and stuff.
Okay.
But when you don't want to do something, you do it anyway.
Turn around.
Maybe you'll be rewarded.
Cool.
You know, let's just go through the real news here real quick, man. Our top story. A dog dispute in Nashville leads to 8 injured in shooting. Authorities are unsure where exactly the dog got the gun, but Tennessee state officials are being asked to look into their dog gun laws.
Dogs allowed to carry guns now?
Dude, in Tennessee.
When was that during the pandemic race? Maybe that kid with the AR would have had it better with him.
Dude, this is Tennessee, man. They got people gun laws and they got dog gun laws.
Well, that's why we probably got Tennessee whiskey.
Dude, did you see the Rockefeller Christmas tree being brought in?
I heard about an owl.
Yeah, dude, there was an owl in the tree, but like the most like the biggest thing about the tree is that it's a real piece of shit tree. Like the Rockefeller Christmas tree is supposed to be like a tradition. It's supposed to be the biggest, beautiful, fullest Christmas tree ever, and it just looks like it was raped by Satan.
Holy shit!
Like it's missing branches and everything. It's all retarded.
So it's just decoded.
Yeah, man, it's a fucked up tree. Anyway, that tiny owl was found inside the Rockefeller Christmas tree. That was our next story.
Yeah, I heard, but I was like, how in the hell, owl? So let me ask you a question. That owl was prepackaged?
He just got stuck in there, man, and he hadn't eaten for days. You open up your Rockefeller Christmas tree and you want joy and pride, and you get a shitty tree and a starving owl inside of it. That's just kind of the kind of year it's been, man. Anyway, the owl immediately asked to be put in a better looking tree. I hope that owl ends up in the best Christmas tree ever this year. Hey man, have you ever heard about Bigfoot?
Bigfoot?
Yeah,
I'm still trying to search for him. I heard this. Whatchamacallit? Looking for him.
I thought only white people looked for Bigfoot, man.
No, black people still look for him just to get paid.
Oh, that's dope, man. So like you got white folks paying black folks to look for Bigfoot for him? Dude,
holy shit!
That's some white guy tactics.
It's 69. Hey, Doug, would you believe if I'm lost right now? No, I'm on the main road.
You're lost, man. Dude, that's awesome because I'm lost too, man. And a Bigfoot statue was stolen from a California museum.
Oh, do you have an actual real life Bigfoot statue or just fake?
It's a statue. It's a statue form of Bigfoot in a California museum. And the police are warning for people to keep their eyes peeled.
Exactly. So you think, let me ask you a question though, you think Bigfoot and Sasquatch is the same thing?
I don't know, but I wonder if Bigfoot was guilty of any systemic racism because he seemed to come down with all the Confederate statues. Dude, what happened? Did white liberals get bored and run out of statues to tear down, so they fucking take Bigfoot and claiming systemic racism?
That's the main piece.
Dude, police are also encouraging people to look for the statue to also keep an eyes peeled for actual Bigfoot. You know, hopefully if somebody spots Bigfoot, it might be the real deal this time and not just the statue.
Hopefully.
Dude, Colorado authorities search for convicted felon named Psycho after skeletal remains of 3 were found in his basement. Dude, that's like a comic book type of villain, man. Psycho. Got skeletons in the closet. In addition to local law enforcement, the authorities are also bringing in Batman. Because I think only somebody like Batman can catch a guy named Psycho. You should see pictures of the guy, man. He's got tattoos all over his face. He looks worse. He looks more eviler than Bane.
Holy shit.
Anyway, that's
Batman Forever? Or the animated series?
Oh, I don't know, man. I just know of the word Bane from a Batman movie that I never saw the Bane one completely, I don't think.
That one, they showed George Clooney's nipples in a bat suit.
Oh, dude, I think I heard about the whole nipple thing, and I think maybe that's why I avoided that particular film, because I thought it, what if I got turned on by Batman nipples and I had to rethink my whole life? You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculous. Hey, remember Radio Shack? Well, you don't. You're a millennial. We used to go there to get radios and headphones and Walkmans. Anyway, it's gone out of business. It's gone bankrupt.
It went bankrupt?
Radio Shack, it's gone bankrupt like twice. But there's entrepreneurs, which is just too positive a word to sound too much like manure. Anyway,
I thought Radio Shack was dead. There's one. I thought Radio Shack was dead completely.
Well, dude, here's the thing: the entrepreneurs have decided to finally stop selling radios there and start selling tasty burgers.
There's only one Blockbuster in the United States, right?
Yeah, it's like in Canada, right? Oh wait, no, there's one in Alaska.
I just know there's one left over.
Dude, they can call this new Radio Shack with burgers Burger Shack. Unless that's taken. Hey, you know Matthew McConaughey?
Yeah.
Dude, he's considering entering politics. You know, when asked which wing of the political spectrum he aligned with, Matthew McConaughey stated, all right, all right, all right. I hope that reference is right.
It is.
all right, all right, all right.
All right.
Dude, fucking McDonald's, man. McDonald's is unveiling its own meatless patty, the McPlant.
I don't know how to feel about that. It seems like everybody's trying to do that veggie burger.
It's ridiculous, man. You know, after this whole coronavirus thing, I had to stop eating bat.
You know, it's not guaranteed the coronavirus is not going to stop until a whole another next year.
How can a fake Democratic hoax end or begin? Anyway. Dude, I've got a feeling that this new McPlant is going to make my McStomach upset and make me McSick.
You said what's going to make your stomach upset?
The McPlant's going to make my McStomach upset.
That's what it's called, McPlant?
McPlant. It sounds like a marijuana strain.
Man, I don't know. Marijuana doesn't make me sick.
It's like, what strain did you get? Oh, I got some strawberry diesel and some McPlant.
Yeah. I wouldn't even take the McPlant. I'd just take the strawberry diesel. Anything that sounds like it's going to kill me.
Dude, did you know this? I looked into this. This is some real news. Women are more likely to experience depression, anxiety. New CDC data shows. Wow. You know, a related study also found that the main reason men experience depression and anxiety is because of women.
Of course.
Yeah.
Women always have problems.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been depressed or anxious when there wasn't a woman involved. Oh, dude.
All my problems come from women. But they ain't a problem for me.
Oh, buddy. Hey, Florida man, he's back in the news. This Florida man gets in trouble every week, and every week we've been doing a story about Florida man. Last week,
had a gator down the street.
Last week we shouted out to him, hey, you know, Florida man, like, get your life together. Stop getting into trouble. You're giving us a bad name. But anyway, this week a Florida man arrested after allegedly taking child on a crime spree. Because he didn't want him to grow up to be soft.
What a punt.
Do you think he was a black guy or a white guy?
That sounds like a white guy.
Florida man usually is a white guy. This particular Florida man was a black Florida man. Anyway, the infamous Florida man took his 8-year-old son on an armed robbery spree. When asked why he would do such a thing, Florida man stated, because I'm Florida man and that's what I do.
I was just about to say, Florida man does everything.
Every week, man, I fucking get my dick bit off by a gator, fucking shoot up some meth and run over granny or something. I'm Florida man, dude, the world is watching. Hey man, a lot of spaceships going up lately. I watched a rocket go up today. Taking a satellite. Yeah.
They released a rocket today?
It's just a satellite. But it was on one of those SpaceX rockets that land themselves. You ever seen that?
Gotcha, yeah.
That is outstanding technology, man. If you want to hear more about technology, you can listen to my last show called Artificial Intelligence. Anyway.
5 stars.
Anyway, nice. I think that does something. The SpaceX Crew Dragon astronauts describe thrilling ride to orbit. Astronaut Victor Glover was quoted as saying, "Wee."
Wee.
Oh, dude, that was my favorite joke, actually, of the one. And we aren't even to the most racist joke I've ever written. And maybe it's not. Maybe I can go further, man. This is like kind of a test.
I'm always for it.
But I'm glad you're here as a witness, man. Our next story: BuzzFeed to buy HuffPost, taking out a digital rival. Experts are saying this is like stupid buying retarded, because those things are both stupid and retarded.
Gotcha.
And here we are, man. When I got in touch with you earlier via text, what did I say to you? I said
you gonna have some deep, serious racial shit.
Yeah, I said I think I may have written the most racist joke for the show yet, and I need a witness. Okay, here we go, man. And finally, unapologetically black and queer Tiara Mack is headed to Rhode Island Senate. A lot of yeah, dude, unapologetically black and queer. There's a lot of women and women of color moving up into positions, man. We got Kamala, VP Kamala. That's going to be awesome. That's history. And this woman's headed to the Senate. She is unapologetic.
She might be okay, but she's not considered black.
Yeah, she's unapologetically black and queer. She's headed to the Senate. And here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. I think if you're going to hold a seat in the Senate, you need to be polite. You know, if you're not going to apologize for being queer, at least apologize for being black.
Gotta do something. Especially as many people she on locked up. How can you be black but you lock up your own race? I digress.
Dude, I don't even think that was as racist as I thought it was. At least apologize for being black. I thought the Twitter mob would be all over that one. But really, it's a joke about the word unapologetically, because I think that's overused and it's just stupid, right?
Most likely, yes.
Dude, I never leave the house being like, oh, I'm going to be unapologetically white today.
Exactly, yeah. I don't think I feel like I'm unapologetically black. It's just
exactly
certain aspects of certain issues that people see. That shit. Like that shit. I understand I'm in.
But you know what? To be honest, lately I have been apologizing a whole lot for being white. Just because sometimes that's what you need to do to enter a Starbucks.
Wait, what?
Sometimes that's what you need to go into a Starbucks. You first have to apologize for being white and acknowledge your white privilege. Buddy.
Like that.
Man. So what are you up to, man? You just like driving and stuff, man? You getting into some trouble?
No, I'm driving a friend to home.
Cool. Who's our friend?
Yeah, he's a good friend of mine. He's Big T Mac.
Big T Mac. Dude, that's a good podcast co-host name. Is he black too?
No, he's white as the driven snow, just like you.
Oh wow, I'm a little jealous actually. Like, dude, you got another white friend, man? What the fuck?
Yeah, I got plenty.
I thought I was a special unicorn.
So people love me.
Dude, okay, so like we were gonna do a let's get real here, man. We were gonna do a show last week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a week before last week.
Yeah, I believe so. It was like 2 weeks ago. I know that.
And I started the podcast as the Black and White Jesus Show, and I wanted to keep a 2-person thing going. Mm-hmm. And then Black Jesus quit, and then I found Black Moses, but Black Moses is really busy, and then I found you, and you're like, yeah, man, I'm in. And I'm like, cool, got super hyped about it, man. And then that night, a few minutes before the show, you're like, yeah, I can't do it, man. I was like, oh my God, man.
How to say baby mom's issues.
Dude, like, I have now I have like PTSD about being abandoned by black men.
We commit when we want, right?
I guess, man. Dude. And then I was like, all right, man, I'll call you later. But if you if you abandon me again, well, I'll just forgive you. But then then you said back, dude, I will never betray you more than 3 times. And I thought that was hilarious.
Oh, this is Dixie Moran Johnson. Okay, yeah.
Man, bro, listen here.
So we're just on Dixie. We're trying to get to Towson right now.
I hate the police sirens.
Oh no.
That's what's good.
That is worse.
It sounds like you're being pulled over by a tugboat.
You said I'm being pulled over by a tugboat? No.
Like a Coast Guard and a tugboat.
You smoking, dog?
I'm vaping.
Oh, man.
Yeah, coughing a little bit because I got them bitch-ass lungs. I thought the doctor would give me a more medical term for my coughing. And he
what, CBD?
No, he just came out and he said, you got bitch-ass lungs. I was like, that's what's in the medical book? Bitch-ass lungs? Word.
Hey, Doug, I'm about to drive through a tunnel, so I don't know if you're going to pick it up or not.
Dude, it's cool. You know what? We did the real news, and that was the real news with White Jesus featuring Black Dre and T-Bone. All right, cool, bro. Check you later, man.
All right.
Bye. And that was our on the road edition of the real news. I guess Dre was too occupied, maybe, to get the racism in my last joke. Or maybe it's a little bit more innocent than I thought. One thing about my jokes are that they can't offend people. My target audience is people who like offensive comedy and shock comedy. So I don't want anybody to take anything bad. But if you do, I have a hotline you can call and an Instagram thing. You can call the hotline 954-580-FUNK. Anyway, that was the real news on the road edition featuring Black Dre and his other white friend. I don't know about this other white friend, man. Skeptical. Hey guys, I thought it'd be time to wrap it up quick. It was a show that we did by sheer tyranny of will. I don't recall most of it. But what you got today was a show that I didn't really feel like doing. I hope it's good. I think there were some jokes that I put in there. And if it's not good, then, I don't know. At least I did a show. I'd like to thank you guys for listening. I'd like to thank my buddy Black Dre. All the folks at home. You know how I feel about the folks at home. You guys are tops in my book. Just like each and every week, remember always that white Jesus loves you. See you next week.